Creature, level 38 upgrade. Today I'm going to be installing the black ESC cage for the Sv3 or Sidewinder SCT. Guys, RPM just released this and I had to get my hands on it. Mainly due to the fact with this one set up, I'll be able to get more air into the ESC, preventing it from overheating so easily. So up till now I've had the Snappy RC ESC brace in there, and as you guys can see, it perfectly works. It does its job. However, how it's built, it covers up so much of the electronic speed control that I can easily see that there would be some heating issues for long runs. So it's time to go ahead and test out the RPM and see how well they did theirs. Now let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what it looks like. I'm going to pull off the top, and this time I don't have to cut the bag open, which is always nice. Okay, so inside we have hardware, of course, RPM stickers, we have the instructions themselves, just like that, and we have the ESC cage itself. And of course I'm going to have to go ahead and break this all apart, and then we can go ahead and get this installed. So the first step is to go ahead and take off the old brace. It's only held in with 2 screws. I'm also going to remove the 2 screws that hold in the switch for the ESC. Alright, now that we got that off, it's time to go ahead and put this ESC cage in there. First we're going to start off with the base. The base is held in with 2 screws, and it doesn't matter which way you put it because it's going to be the same either way. Now once you get the base in there, it's time to go ahead and install the top brace. In order for you to install it properly, you're going to have to feed all the wires through it before it can sit on the ESC properly. So that means I need to go ahead and unplug all 3 of the wires that are going to the motor, and I'm also going to have to undo the wire that leads all the way to the receiver, which means I have to take the waterproof receiver box apart. It's held together with 4 screws. We have 2 for the top of the receiver box and then 2 for the wire tie down. Once those screws are out of the way, you can go ahead and remove the tops. And now I'm going to go ahead and unplug the ESC, which is plugged into channel 2. Now I'm going to pull it through the box. Once it's out of the box, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out through underneath the battery tray. And now I can go ahead and put that ESC cage on. So I'm going to go ahead and get the brace, feed all the wires through, including the switch. And then I'm going to get the 3 wires that go to the motor, feed all those through, and now I just got to go ahead and push it down into position. There we go, just like that. And now it's held onto the base using 2 screws, 1 in each corner. After that, I can go ahead and plug in all the wires, including plugging it back into the receiver and sealing up the waterproof receiver box. Now that I have the top of the brace in there, it's time to go ahead and install the switch mount. Now you'll see that on one of these pieces there's going to be 3 holes. These 3 holes allow you to go ahead and mount it to the top of the ESC brace. There's 2 positions and you can do that for each side. I'm going to go ahead and mount it in this position, holding it down with 2 screws. Now that I have those 2 screws in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the switch around. I'm going to set it straight into this little groove, push it all the way down, and then I'm going to get the top part of the brace, and then I'm going to slide that down, and it's held in place with 2 more screws. So here's before, and here of course is after. Guys, check that out. There is so much more ventilation for the ESC now. Now there's a couple of things I should go ahead and mention before I end this video. First of all, you can see that there is a big enough gap in the back of the switch mount that you can have the switch in any position. Doesn't really matter, it's all on preference. But the biggest part I should mention are these screws. 1.5 millimeter is not the size to screw these down. In fact, I had to use 0.05 in order for them to be screwed down, which is quite a different change, especially considering that all the other screws on this RC use only 1.5, 2, and 2.5. So just be aware of that if you get this brace for yourself. And that was Creature's level 38 upgrade.